All right, looks like we got a line to get in. Sorry.
It's all classical and you and there's still stuff. This one? This one? Yeah, it's not. I got copies like that. Because I still need to have you. Yep, and that's what that Sinatra was like. One, two rock versions. But I don't think you pitched my rock. Anything else lately? No, I haven't bought any records like that.
Yeah, I'll have to hook you up then.
Yeah, I'll buy some. If you got some extras.
I do have a few.
I know. If you text me, just tell me who you are when you text me, because I get like random people from California going, "What are you doing right now? You don't have the clouds, man. What do you want?" I have no clue what you're talking about.
I'll tell you.
So yeah. But if you hit me up, just tell me who it is, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, for sure." Let's do it.
Yeah, all right. I'm looking for a copy of that serial.
Yeah, I got 3 of them. So
All right, man.
unless you want this one, huh? You want this one?
I don't care.
I don't know.
It's up to you. I don't know if that word place is a better one.
It doesn't have to. I might have a better one too. I might have. Because that covers me.
It is my right one.
Yeah, I got 2 more at home. And I'm going to place, but I just need to take this.
Some of this is all.
I think it's not expensive.
We didn't take it down. Right.
If you like projects too.
I probably
Depending on what they charge me for these, I may not plan on it. You know? I think they're $5.
$3.
Yeah, $3 is fine. But it says some of them is 5, so it depends.
Well, it says large.
See, 70s and classic rock vinyl, and then all others. So
I bought from these guys last week though.
Yeah.
And well, of course it was all mainly country. I know it's all $3.
he's got a YouTube channel, right? He ran through my collection.
Yeah.
at the
Yeah, I
rock
do.
show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was through my box.
Yeah.
Was that your friend you're talking
Yeah,
about?
that's,
Yeah.
I was like, well, I was just going to tell somebody about you.
Yeah, I met him at the record show. This is all, these are all soundtracks is
You
what I'm
can find
finding
some
here.
metal from him.
Yeah, I'll get his number. I might have even already got it. I got a bunch of business cards from the,
Oh, okay.
these are all soundtracks.
Yeah, like I say, you never know what you're going to find. Famous football songs. What's your YouTube channel?
Mountain Man Picker.
Oh, okay, nice.
Mickey Mouse Disco.
And you're from here in the Springs?
Yeah, I'm here in the Springs.
Okay.
And whole bunch of Disney records in here if you're into Disney stuff.
I was thinking about that.
About that what?
There she is. Sometimes we get lost up here in the mountains.
We had to stop for a deer to cross.
Yep, you guys missed another buck. You seem to see those a lot.
Well, you know the buck stops here. What a cool house.
Look at this.
Going today.
Go get it.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. You guys have any records at this one?
Oh, we do downstairs.
Downstairs? Okay.
Yes, underneath the
Cool.
table. Right now, I got those going for 50 cents a piece.
All right, 50 cents.
Get a bag.
I want them out of here, please.
Under the table. Which table?
Now he did. He finally made an exception.
You know where your records are?
Oh,
She said there was a bunch down here. But
there's a ton of them over here. Yep.
I'll just do some digging. That's what I do. So it's way too dark for you to see these records, so just stay tuned. I'll show you what I got. Hey there, picker friends. Mountain Man Picker here at the end of I would say it was a good day at estate sales. You know, sometimes when you go to estate sales, you just never know what you're going to find. I'm happy to say that everything I picked up today, every single record is VG plus, very good plus or better. I even got some that are still in the shrink wrap. And even though they might not be the most popular records out there, some of them I think are going to be pretty good and somebody's going to find value in them and they're going to want to buy them. So today I would say was more of a reselling adventure for me. And there's a few here I'm going to keep, but I'm going to go through what I picked up today. And basically these all came out to $1.33 each. I mean, sometimes you have to look at the big picture, you know, how many records did you end up with and what was the total price that you paid. One sale we went to today, the records were $3 each, all in VG plus condition. Another sale I went to, 50 cents each. They were hidden under a table in a basement. And so I grabbed a bunch of records I normally wouldn't even grab for 50 cents each. And then at another sale, they came out to about $1 each. So overall it was $1.33. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the first one here that I was happy to find because I'm going to keep this copy. This is the Beach Boys Surfing Safari. It's nearly mint condition. And I paid 50 cents for this. I was, excited to get that, and I'm going to keep that in my collection. I found a couple of these over the last year or so, and I've sold them, but this one's in near mint condition. I'm going to keep that one. I grew up on the Beach Boys and the Beatles. And speaking of the Beatles, I was surprised to find this one at the estate sale, the first estate sale I went to. This is probably one of the most controversial, talked about Beatles records out there. And I'm not going to get into all of that today. I'll probably save that for another time. But because of the label, this is on the VJ label, but there's some out there that are even banned from being bought, like on Discogs, because they're not the real deal. So we'll talk about that another time, but this one is the real deal. Got it for, I think, $3. I was glad to pick up another copy. I have about 3 or 4 copies of this. I'm probably going to sell that one. I don't know, it's hard for me to sell my Beatles records for some reason. I've got a few of these as well. The early Beatles, picked up this one for $3. It's in really good condition, and it's the stereo version of the early Beatles. And anyway, what else can I say? I was happy to pick that one up. You'll see me from time to time pick up Elvis records, and it's partly because I grew up on Elvis as well, but I'm mostly looking for people that are looking for Elvis records, and I know a lot of them, so somebody's going to be happy to get this one. This one's a date with Elvis. It's not a very popular album. It's hard to find, actually, and I'm still checking this one out as far as the price goes, but this label on here tells me it's worth at least $20 to $30, and the quality of the vinyl is VG plus. So I'm going to be selling this one in the store. By the way, I do have an eBay store. If you ever want to browse the records there, I'm getting ready to upload a whole bunch into the store. Check the description box and you'll see the link. Anyway, I thought this was pretty cool because it's not written on either or anything. Sometimes I see these calendars on the back and they've got circles and X's and I love you, Elvis, and all that kind of stuff. And this one's a very, very clean copy. Got that for $3. Okay, moving on. Some other ones I found that were still in the shrink wrap, and I'd never seen this before, but it was 50 cents, so I just had to have it. I figure somebody out there is going to want it. Brazilian Festival. And I checked it out on Discogs, and I don't think it has a whole lot of value, like $10. But I paid 50 cents for it, still in the shrink wrap. Somebody out there is going to want it. Same thing on this one, Barbra Streisand. I'm not a big Barbra Streisand fan. I mean, God love her, she's an excellent vocalist. But this one's still in the shrink wrap as well. So I picked it up for 50 cents. If it's still in the shrink wrap and I think somebody's probably going to want it, I'll go ahead and get it for 50 cents. Same with this one. Never seen this before. Lenny D down south, still on the shrink since I think this was like 1965 or something like that. It's never been opened, so probably not worth a whole lot of money, but somebody out there is going to want that. I always like picking up Ray Charles. I don't know what it is about Ray Charles, but he's got some really killer albums that I've bought and sold over the years, and from time to time we keep a few. I don't have this one in my collection. I'm going to give it a spin and check it out. So I picked this one up. I'll probably keep it for a while. Ray Charles live in concert. Okay, these I got for $3. I remember that because I was unsure. At this first sale I went to, I had to pick really fast. There were so many people at this sale, and there was a lot of people there looking for vinyl records, and I met a lot of them. We became friends. It was a really good time. But, you know, when you're under that kind of pressure, you just got to flip through and pick whatever you can because they're coming in behind you, and you can feel them breathing down your neck. But anyway, I saw a couple James Bond records, and I thought, hey, you know, these might be good in a lot for somebody. And then I found out that I believe this top one here is a French release, and the bottom one here, if I'm not mistaken, is a German release. I'll have to double check that again, but I know this one's from France, and they are in VG plus condition. I mean, I know somebody out there is going to want these. James Bond, and it's super good condition. Okay, well, we all know it's that Christmas time of the year coming up, and if I see some good Christmas records, I'm all over them. This record, I've got two of these. This one's from one of the estate sales, and it's on the Blue Rainbow label. I can't tell you how many of these I've sold. It's a good album, Bing Crosby, Merry Christmas. Some of these are worth a little bit more money than others. This one's on the Blue Warner Brothers label, MCA label. So I picked this one up, and then at another sale, I picked up one that I haven't seen before on the Tan label, the MCA Tan label. It looks like this, but the condition of the vinyl here is just it's dynamite. I mean, somebody's going to love getting this for Christmas. It's a good Christmas album. And then I thought I would go ahead and throw this one in probably with one of those records, Bing Crosby Family Christmas Favorites. It's not a valuable record, but it would go good with one of the other Christmas records. Same thing on this one, John Denver, Rocky Mountain Christmas. I just went ahead and grabbed it. I live in the Rocky Mountains. Thought we'd check this one out, and then I may put it up for sale. But it is Christmas time, you know. So here's another one. I've bought tons of these. Nat King Cole, the Christmas song. Some of these can be very valuable. This one here is a repress, a reissue, and it's on the Blue label, I believe. So yeah, I'll go ahead and check it. The Blue Capital label. So it's not as valuable as some of the other Nat King Cole Christmas albums that I've picked up, but it's a really good record. I keep one of these in my collection. I think I've actually got two. It's a good record, super good record, and it's in VG plus condition. All right, so moving along. I just recently ran out of Frank Sinatra records. Can you believe that? I know I'm going to get some flack from some of you out there on Frank Sinatra, but hey, people love Frank. They love Blue Eyes. Frank Sinatra, September of My Years. I can't tell you how many of these I've sold. They're not super expensive or valuable, but I've got some customers that love to buy Frank Sinatra, so I wanted to get some more Frankie, and I can't remember what I paid for this one, but it averaged out to $1.33. Frank Sinatra, Strangers in the Night. I believe this was for 50 cents, but again, I'm averaging all these out. They came out to $1.33 a piece. Frank Sinatra, My Kind of Broadway. Frank Sinatra, Where Are You? And then I have sold probably 100 of these over the last 2 or 3 years. Frank Sinatra and Frank and Nancy. I believe that's on the other side. And then speaking of Nancy, I picked up this one here as well. And somebody actually even asked me if I had one of these. So now I do. It's going in the store. It's Nancy Sinatra, Sugar. Okay, moving right along. I also found another version of The Sound of Music. I need to dig into this and see the value on it. I think this one's probably only worth about $10. but it's in really good condition, and it comes with the booklet inside. I was just impressed with the quality of the record. And sometimes these I'm not going to pull the vinyl out, but sometimes these go for pretty high dollar, depending on which version of Sound of Music that you have. And it's a great movie. So Sound of Music, I went ahead and picked that up for the price that I was getting it. I'm a big Les Paul fan. I don't have a whole lot of his records in my collection. I have a few, but this is one that I decided to go ahead and pick up just because it was in the lot with a whole bunch of other ones, and I only paid $1.33, and I'll probably put this one up for sale. But Les Paul and Mary Ford, it's a good record. I'm only the piano player. Elton John. This is one record that I don't have of Elton John, so I went ahead and grabbed it, and I only paid 50 cents for it, or $1.33 if you figure in the total. So I'm probably gonna keep that one. Dixieland Jazz, not an expensive, valuable record, but it's I thought it was interesting, and for 50 cents at this one estate sale, I just went ahead and grabbed it. It's got an interesting book in here about Dixieland Jazz. So, okay, I'm going to wrap up with some of the albums that I thought were interesting, and sometimes I just grab things I've never seen before, especially if the price is right. The Chieftains 7, and this is an Irish album from what I can tell, from Ireland. So I'm going to check it out and give it a spin and just see what I think. I've picked up some Irish albums over the years that I decided to keep. Celtic music, things like that. So I'm going to check the Chieftains out. I thought somebody might find this funny for a Christmas gift to somebody. The official Italian comedy album on one side, and then you've got the official Polish comedy album on the other side. So I think somebody out there is going to like that. I'm going to give this a listen to. When I was growing up, we heard all about the War of the Worlds. Anyway, it's got a lot of history. This is mint condition. The cover's not in mint condition, but the vinyl, I don't think it's ever been played. So I'm going to check that out. I thought that was interesting to pick up. This one, the Letterman Christmas album, but I grabbed it because I looked at the vinyl and I noticed that it's misspelled. It says the letter man. And I looked this up on Discogs and I couldn't find any misprint records like this one. So 50 cents, I said, I'm going to go ahead and take it home. We'll see what we can find out. So if anybody else knows anything about that, please put that in the comments. Probably don't, but if you do, let me know. Thought this one was interesting too. Washington is for the Birds, the authentic voices of Lady Bird Johnson, LBJ, and people like that. I don't know, we'll see what that's all about. I've never seen this one before either. The Four Seasons, Johnny Rivers, Neil Sedaka. I'm still trying to find out exactly what this copy is worth. The everything I found on Discogs, it does not match up to this copy that I picked up, so I'm going to do some digging on that. But I've never seen it before. Thought I'd grab it. Never seen this one before either. Jeannie C. Riley, Harper Valley, PTA. It's got some interesting songs on there, so I just went ahead and grabbed it. 50 cents. Same thing, another 50-cent record here. Black Bear Road by C.W. McCall. I don't know why I grabbed that, but figured, hey. And then also Chet Atkins. I do like Chet Atkins, and this is one that I'd never seen or had before. 50 cents, went ahead and grabbed it. And Chet Atkins, my favorite guitars. So there you go. That's what I got, about 36, 37 records. And I ended up paying $1.33 for each one. Most of those are going to be going in our eBay store. Mainly, I just had a lot of fun today at the estate sales, and I appreciate you guys going with me. Make sure if you like these videos, like and subscribe. We have a video comes out every single week, sometimes 2 or 3 in a week. So I hope to see you in the next video.